Both hands on the steering wheel. And 3, 2, 1, go! Hello, welcome. It's nothing but a barber team, man. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I've got something really exciting for you. I'm excited myself. It's one of the first. I really wanted to just shift this perspective, try something totally different, and I've got something for the petrol heads out there, the moto enthusiasts, one just like myself. And today we're going to be driving this. Further, I just want to give a special thanks to VW Hatfield Northcliff for allowing us to be here today on this special day and do this recording. And I just want to introduce the main man who has made this possible, Thapelo. What's good, my brother?
Sure, brother.
What's good?
Hey peeps, I go by the name Shooter One VW, and you can catch me at Hatfield VW Northcliff. This is where we do the things, baby. So we're gonna take you on a journey on one of the best cars in the market right now. Well, this car doesn't need to sell itself or market itself. You people just have to see for yourself, see what it can do, and you can push it. So this is a 2020 Golf R. It's a 2-liter TSI R4 motion. So the color is lapis blue. It's one of the best colors you can get on this car. So immediately when you go down, you see the 19-inch Pretoria rims, the alloys. They're called Pretoria alloys. So this is one of the best rims you can get on the Golf R. Okay. Moving right along, this one has a specialized mirror, which is your carbon fiber mirror trim. Get it as an optional extra, but it's amazing. You need to get it with this, right? Coming right along, you've got obvious your R specialty badge on the side.
On the side, yeah.
And then you've got your LED headlights from the front. And the other signature of the Golf R is when you see the daytime running lamps, there's actually a silver chrome that goes all the way to the other side. That's one of the best signatures you can get.
Yes, that one. Yeah.
And then of course, you can't go without the R in the grill.
Okay.
The exhaust system.
This has got an upgrade. Huh?
Yeah, this is the
Akrapovic
exhaust system. This here gives great performance. It gives a great sound. It's just out of this world.
And in terms of boot space,
you've got massive boot space at the back here. And you've got your spare wheel.
but this boot space is a little bit smaller than the GTI's one, right?
Yeah, true. Because with the GTI's one, you don't get the spare wheel.
Okay.
And then if the GTI has the dynamic audio sound system, then it will be like this because there's no way you can fit the secret compartment. Okay.
Right. Let's have a look at the engine.
The power comes from 2-liter TSI, 28 kilowatts of power. So this here is a big engine.
Alright, so we have, it's a 4-cylinder 2-liter turbo you mentioned.
Yes.
And it's got a 400 Newton meters of torque. We are looking at about approximately 0 to 100 time of between 5.6 seconds. So actually it's quite quick. We have to test it. We have to test it out and prove those numbers. So without wasting any time, let's get this baby on the road. Right now we're driving in the most comfort setting of the vehicle, right? And so in this case it should keep revs low at all times. You know, the gear changing in between, it doesn't maintain a lot of high revs. Would you consider it to be a good everyday car?
Yes, you know, it's a car that you can use every day, your normal runarounds to and from work, especially when you drive it in the economy and comfort mode, because the swift gear changing is actually economic because it's not a long stretch. Where with a long stretch of race, it will actually consume more of your fuel. So with the comfort driving, it's much more better in terms of the drive suspension on the road, because it doesn't go harder as compared to when you're on race mode. So it's still get out of the car after a long day, you won't have your back pains and things like that. When a lot of people would say sports cars would give you a lot of back
pains and so on and so forth.
So it's a car that you can use on a daily basis.
And if you really want to be spontaneous and just want to play around with it, I'm sure you can always switch up the modes.
Yeah, you can switch up the mode to race, or you can put it to sport, or even individual. Individual, it basically adapts to how you're driving. If you floor it flat, maybe you're driving at 60 kilometers per hour, you floor it flat, then it will jump based on the flattened level of the acceleration.
This also has the option flappy paddle gearbox, so you can choose between the different modes, you know, in manual.
Yeah, so that you've got two options of manual shifting.
Yes.
Firstly is your shift pedals.
Yes.
Or on the gear.
On the gear.
So it's currently in auto drive 1. So if you tilt it to the left, it takes you to manual gear 1. So with that, as soon as you drive and just tap forward, that's your gear change. You gear up. Okay. And then back is gear down. Downshift. So as we drive off, I'll just drive it in the manual mode so that you can see how it drives and how you gear change it. I'm on manual gear 3, 4. And another good thing is when the car feels that it needs to go to the next gear, it will give you signage on the speedometer that I need to go to gear 5. Should you ignore it, then the car will automatically take itself back to drive, and you have to tilt the gear. So right now I just want to get a difference, a variance, an alternative suggestion compared to the Golf R, because right now we are in the top of its class. What other alternatives do we have? Alright, so for someone who's looking for an alternative in comparison to the Golf R, you can basically, this is a 4-wheel drive. It's a 4-motion.
4-motion.
So you can step down to a Golf GTI. Although it's a 2-wheel drive, it still has got the performance. And with the Golf GTI, you've got lesser kilowatts, of course. It's on 169 kilowatts, whereas this is sitting at 228 kilowatts. If still the Golf GTI is much more steeper, you've got the baby brother, Polo GTI, a nice shape, small and snippy sports car. That is, it pushes out a good 147 kilowatts, 2-liter engine. So it's also front-wheel drive, but the drive there it's just immense. One of the things that I would say VW may have not done or should have done on these cars, especially the sports cars, we do not have electric seats or memory seats. So we still have the manual operating. That's one of the things that one would say, it's a sports car, but it doesn't have that. You know. The other thing is, although a lot of people would use your Waze and Google Maps on phones, this car doesn't have navigation.
Doesn't come as standard.
It doesn't come as a standard. You get it as an optional extra. And for a sports car, one would say, okay, navigation is one of the things that one would want to get, but unfortunately, you'd have to select it as an optional extra. Another thing that people like in sports cars is the sound system. So this comes fitted with a normal VW sound system, but you can upgrade it to a Dyna audio sound system, which gives it a banging sound. For example, this. Any car can be hijacked. You know, any car can be taken, provided on whoever wants to take it. You know? So there's a stereotype that VW is a high-risk car, but check the stats.
I mean, you've heard it from the main man himself. He's the man with the statistics. He knows basically what we are looking out for there in the market, and you know there are also various other types. Whether you're a family man and you're not really into the thrill of always, you know, putting your foot down on pressing it down on the pedal, there are other more comfortable cars, such as your SUVs. We have the Tiguan, we've got the Touareg.
So let's say maybe you want to upgrade kilowatts as well. So you get the performance there, and you get a higher raised vehicle.
Yes.
Then when you go to the Touareg, the big boy, the mother of the family, that you only get it in a diesel. In a diesel 190 kilowatts, but it still moves.
Off-road capability.
Yeah, you've got the off-road capability on it, so you get it in two models. There's a luxury and an executive. With executive, you get the full off-road capability, and then you can take it on your mountains and things like that. But if you want off-road, of course, you just get to get an Amarok.
One time.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing that can stand in your way. No, that's great.
So another thing, just to add, in competition-wise, this competes with your RS3, Audi A4, Mercedes-Benz A45. The BMW, they basically put it with the M2. Although it's not a hot hatch, but they put it in the same group with the M2. Then you've got the Audi RS3, then you've got us. So your gear changing also helps with your braking.
And we're still on comfort mode. We're not even
Still on comfort.
We're still on comfort. So, do you mind switching it up during the modes? Let's see the sportier setting. Does it do anything to the exhaust tone?
Yes. So as soon as you change it to race, then you have a bigger and louder sound system,
Deeper
and
tone.
a deeper tone in the exhaust system. So that's why you got that massive popping sound as the gear changes. Race. As soon as you get the race, then the exhaust just goes crazy.
As you can see, can you hear that?
It's like
sings
this,
to you.
It's like this percussion. It's just
sings
going
to
on
you.
and on.
On and
It's
on.
like, dude.
Guys, I mean, do you see any reason why you shouldn't get this? This is, I'm sold. I'm really sold by the practicality of this car, its agility. At any point, you can have the muffles within the flaps closed. You can open the flaps or close the flaps for deeper tone. If you want a quiet car, look at this. I mean, you can feel the gear changing. It's a wild car. It's a like a car. Woo.
And you got, in terms of safety, you got your rear alert system, where if there's a car behind you, it's coming at a flat out speed and you're just driving normally, it will give you a warning that there's a car behind coming at a high speed. So it's either you should move out or rather accelerate. And it's also got a traffic assist. Say maybe I'm driving, there's kids walking on the side of the road are playing soccer. The soccer ball comes into the road, so then he will want to run after the soccer ball. So what will happen there? The car will brake itself. So it's got an emergency braking system. Alright, it's the bongo on this thing. That's fine.
But as long as it pops,
Exactly.
that's the one. No,
We
I
call
really
it the
like
farting sound.
The farting sound.
Yeah.
Hey guys, today we are going to be doing a specialist loan control. So now we have got the car in drive mode, right? I'll deactivate the stability control. All right, so we have our specialist timer here, and the car is on drive. It's on sport S1, as you can see over there, S1. And I've got my foot on the brake, one foot on the brake, either on the accelerator. It's going to rev to about 4,000, 5,000 revs, and then from there all you need to do is let go of the brakes, and we'll check if we do get this self-acclaimed 5 seconds.
5.6 seconds.
5.6 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So it's 7 seconds. Okay, well we tried. Let's give it one more truck. This is trial number 2. 3, 2, 1. We got it.
6 seconds.
6 seconds. Much better. Much. Yo guys, so wow, I've been in this car for about 15 minutes now, and it has just been a drive, a beautiful drive. Thapelo has done an amazing job. How many years have you been working at VW Northcliff?
Well, Shooter VW, that's the name I go by. I've been with VW Northcliff since the 27th of July 2018.
All right.
So prior to that, I was with another brand, but more happy at VW.
Guys, so you know, this is the place in order for us to catch him and more of his you know, professionalism and great business sense. I know I can definitely rely on a man like Thapelo. He's given me a pleasurable drive, an amazing experience, and I'm sure it's something that you guys would love to feel and experience, you know. And I urge you guys that you should go there and catch him out. He's available. If you wish, if you could, you'd be available Sunday to Sunday, but you know, Sundays are reserved for special people, but you guys are as special as we are, and we thank you so much. Thank you to Thapelo for joining us today, and you know, we'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. And don't forget to like, subscribe, what else?
Like, subscribe, and share and come by. So I go by the name Shooter_VW on Instagram and Shooter VW on Facebook. Shooter account still coming up.
And I go by the name of Stabongo. Catch me there. We'll have definitely more content of this interaction that we have had today. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you on the next one.